Hey there, this is just a quick video from Trampolines Ireland. So we're commonly asked the question, are sunken trampolines or in-ground trampolines safer for your kids? And although they're generally considered safer because they're closer to the ground, there's a little bit more to it than that, and we'll just explain that in this article. So just in this quick table, we'll cover some of the main points. So, the perception is that because they're closer to the ground, that reduces the risk of falling off or out of the trampoline. In-ground trampolines would be more stable once secured to the ground. That's another common perception. And the longer that the legs are, the more instability that this can bring to the structure. And then they're safer for small children and pets, as they won't be able to crawl under the trampoline when people are using it, which could be a very sort of dangerous situation. But on the on the side of the above ground trampolines, Dr. Keith Alexander of Spring Free, for example, and their claim to fame is that they are the world's safest trampolines. He considers closer to the ground to be a factor that will actually increase the risk of injury. And we explain that a little bit more below. Above ground trampolines will always be sold with a safety net enclosure, but because of the perception that in-ground trampolines are safer, they're often sold without a safety net enclosure. It's just important to remember that if you fall on the ground from 3 or 4 feet off the ground, even though you're landing on grass, it could still be pretty a hard surface. And then the last thing here is regular above ground trampolines are often available with trampoline frame nets that wrap around the trampoline legs, keeping pets, small children, and so on out from the trampoline, or out from that sort of jump zone. So there's more. We'll just cover this very briefly, but so for in-ground trampolines, the main case is closer to the ground, reduced risk of falling. It closer to the ground offers enhanced stability because you've got a shorter leg and there's no wobble. There's a reduced risk of injury to small children and pets. And then if we explain the case for the above ground trampoline, as we mentioned, Dr. Keith Alexander considers closer to the ground to be a risk factor. He would say that you should have a minimum of a 1 meter or 3 foot clearance all around the trampoline, and that this won't be achieved by having the trampoline jumping platform a few inches from the ground. And then with your traditional above ground trampoline, safety nets are not optional. You'll always be sold a safety net with your trampoline. And then just in relation to the in-ground trampolines offering more stability because they're closer to the ground, when you invest in a robust brand, then that sort of takes care of that possible consideration. So this is really just a quick video, and we would recommend clicking on the link below and checking out the article in full. Thank you. Bye now.